Hi Libra, welcome to your general tarot tune-in. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is Tarot with Netta. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node in the sign of Libra. Grounding your reading, the Emperor. Whoa. So the King of Kings, Big Daddy energy. Okay, my dear Libra, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If the reading resonates with you, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If it doesn't, check out your other placements. Wow, Libra. So let's go into your challenge position, what's coming towards you, and your advice. Wow, you have some very interesting cards coming out. Cross watchers are welcome, and keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. Wow, Libra, what is going on? You're in like big character energy, or you're dealing with some big characters in your life, especially since you are showing up as the Emperor. You could be forced into some power move or authority position. This might be an opportunity for you to exact some control or make some major decisions in a relationship. You're putting on your big boy pants, essentially. Whether you identify as a man or a woman, feminine, masculine, you're being called to step up and exert some control over a situation. If this is someone that you're dealing with, they're going to come off as very direct, very clear, very masculine, assertive, somebody who leads with power. But I see you as being the Emperor because it is grounding your reading. And again, you might identify as a woman, but you might have to take the lead on this situation. All right, let's go into your reading. The challenge position, you have King of Wands, Queen of Cups. I don't know if this is a good match. And the World here, something coming to an end, but being in the challenge position, this could be, this to me in this deck looks like a toxic couple, a toxic relationship that needs to end, or some type of cycle is coming to an end. It could be an abusive relationship or cycle. You know, when we are in abusive relationships, they are very cyclical and it's very hard to break them. Yeah, and in the challenge position here, there needs to be a closure, but there's difficult to close the cycle out. So the King of Wands, this is like a frightening character here in this deck. So this is, you know, very passionate, very on the positive, charismatic, jovial, fun, funny, a leader, creative, but in the negative, and as a partner to a Queen of Cups, can be controlling, a little bit narcissistic. The Queen of Cups here in this deck, very 1950s housewife, you know, popping pills, drinking martinis. Okay, so we've got King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. More so Scorpio, the beloved. Yeah, we could be having like an Aries and a Scorpio here, both ruled by Mars. And you know, Mars is the god of war. It's a sign of conflict. It's a sign of great power as well, if the individual who is ruled by Mars knows how to harness that power and use it effectively. But if we've got the feminine, yeah, there could be some like domination happening here. There could be a masculine energy dominating a feminine energy, where the feminine has to step up to be the boss. Yeah, you could be putting someone in their place, Libra. You could be finding yourself in a situation where you have to leave a very bad relationship. Okay. What's coming towards you? The Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Star. You are going to collect your resources here with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're showing up again as a queen in your feminine energy, but because you are taking control of the situation, you're not going to subdue yourself. You're going to put your resources in order. Whether it's securing, finances, or a place to stay, just packing your stuff. The Hermit, literally leaving a situation, closing yourself off, and the Star, finding hope. So you're going to essentially be leaving a toxic situation, finding hope again, finding faith in yourself. But yeah, you might have to take up some like kickboxing classes. You might have to get the law involved. You might have to get if you have brothers or uncles, somebody with some type of manpower involved, that's what the Emperor is calling for. Usually I don't pick up on this type of energy, but when I do, I pick it up pretty clearly. Again, if the reading doesn't resonate with you, don't make it fit, okay? Leave it for those that it does resonate with. But yeah, even if you find yourself in a toxic cycle or a toxic relationship, it doesn't have to be necessarily abusive, but there might be red flags. The earlier you leave, the better it is. That people don't change as easily, or they lie. Somebody could, manipulate like, oh, I'm gonna change. They might have sweet words, they might be very charismatic, but no. As soon as there are like more than one red flag, even, there are, of course, you can make excuses or, play devil's advocate, which Libra, you tend to do because you want to like see both sides. You play justice, but yeah, and you want to have the harmony, but this is a time where you need to take those pink colored glasses off, and leave the situation, end it, do what you need to do to come back to yourself, the Star, and to have hope. There might be a loss of hope, but it's going to quickly return. Somebody might be entering into your life that's giving you some hope as well, some support. Okay, what's coming towards you? Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you might have to like pack up your shit in the middle of the night and leave. The Wheel of Fortune, your luck is going to change. The cycle will come to an end. And with the Page of Pentacles, you're going to have to start over small, but that's okay because you will have your freedom. So you might have to start a new job. You might have to move house. But it will give you that fresh start, because if you're finding yourself again in an abusive, toxic relationship, it's better to have to start new on your own, start small and have freedom rather than be in a type of prison. Okay. This could be somebody that you're like in your inner circle. If it's not you, if you're not in a relationship, check in on your friends. If anybody has gone silent for a little while or is acting different, just check in on them. See if they're okay. Free yourself. Yeah, couldn't be any more clear. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, this is a very clear and direct message. Let's get one more card from the Moonology Oracle deck. Be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. Yeah, this person is not going to let you go. This person, they love keeping you. You're kept. They're not going to let you go. You're the one that's going to need to end it. You're the one that's going to need to close out this cycle and change your life and start over, because if they had it their way, they would just keep you, you know, you like a kept woman, like a pet. And no, you're not doing that. Like, times are different. Do whatever you need to do to collect the resources, ask for help, put your finances in order, like find a place to stay if you have family, friends. Start planning, even if you know it's going to be a couple of months until you can actually like leave the situation. The earlier you start to plan and get out, especially if you're living with this person or have children with this person, it's going to be a little bit harder. But if you're not living with them or don't have kids with them, just cut it clean. Don't move in with them, don't marry them, don't have kids with them, because those things are going to be harder to get out of. Those things will essentially feel like traps. It's going to be a big karmic bond, a big karmic tie. It's not going to save the relationship, okay? I hope this helped, Libra. Let me know in the comments. Again, if the reading was not for you, just leave it for whoever it is. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.